Shortstop Ozzie Smith would win 13 straight Gold Glove awards. Fielding was his forte, not slugging home runs. But all that changed in Game 5 of the 1985 NLCS.
Ozzie hangs over the plate. He's not the long ball threat from the left side. Pops it up. That'll be foul ball and out of play.
He's trying to pull the ball.
The Dodgers, their scouting report, they'd always pitched me in hard and gotten me out with hard stuff in.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a pop foul, strike two. And hard to handle the smoking Tom Niedenfuhr.
Niedenfuhr, he was going to pitch him inside. That's the type of pitcher he was. And we all knew that Ozzie can pull the ball with the best of them when he wanted to. He had such good control of the bat.
Ozzie with one out. Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run. And the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Incredibly, it was Ozzie's first home run from the left side of the plate in just over 3,000 at-bats. So, how did he do it?
What was different on this at-bat than all your other left-handed at-bats?
The end result. I got the head out, balling up.
Writers all come in after a game and did it surprise you? And of course, I didn't know what to say, so I had to come up with a one-liner. I said, no, I said he was due.
It was very gratifying at the time, but we knew that we still had a job to do.
In the following game in Los Angeles, the Cardinals made home run history in the 9th.
Here's his pitch to Jack Clark. Swinging a long one into left field. Adios, goodbye, and maybe that's a winner.
It was the first time in postseason history that a team hit go-ahead, 9th inning or later home runs in 2 consecutive games, as the Cardinals moved on to the World Series.
Jeff Kent.
JK's a guy that we really looked to that year for the big hit, and it's amazing how many times he delivered.
Kent was one of the best clutch hitters in the drive to get to the wild card.
He was one of those guys that could step it up a level, remain focused, and stay within himself.
Let's see if he can step on the clutch here. In the air!
As soon as he made contact, everybody knew it was a home run. Everybody knew the game was over.
Our back's up against the wall, and he comes through and has a huge, huge home run.
There's bedlam at home plate for the Astros as they bombard Jeff Kent.
We were ecstatic, and you could tell it was one of the few times I've ever seen Jeff smile on a baseball field, so it was a pretty special moment.
Now the Astros go back to St. Louis, needing just one win. We're in the bottom of the 12th. It's still 4-4. As Edmonds steps in.
Jim Edmonds, a clutch guy. You like to see come up in that situation.
You don't get many bigger chances than this at-bat right here.
When he did, you kind of had the feeling like something good was going to happen, and it certainly did.
The pitch. Swing and a long one.
Jimmy hits this towering home run.
A game-winning home
run! It was an explosion in our ballpark. I mean, of relief because we had survived that game.
We are going to game number 7.
I remember thinking, instead of, oh man, the game's over, my first thought was, my goodness, how did he hit that pitch?
We had not had a walk-off home run in NLCS play since 1986, and now we get them back-to-back. We will see you tomorrow night.
Where the Cards rode the wave of Edmonds' blast to the pennant. In the LCS that year, Houston was up 3-1, had their ace closer on the mound, and seemed destined for their first World Series in franchise history.
Top of the 9th, Houston leads 4-2. This is lights out Lidge.
With 2 outs and Brad Lidge on the mound, we're feeling great about things.
They're 1 out away.
You've got Eckstein and Edmonds and Pujols coming up. You know you're not out of the woods.
And a base hit into left field by Eckstein.
If Edmonds can reach, Albert would be the potential go-ahead run.
Number 5 is standing on deck. As much as I love Bradley, I don't want a piece of Albert Pujols.
Jim Edmonds, he takes ball 4.
Give me walk, then you're like, you know, here we go.
Tying runners aboard for one of the most dangerous hitters in the game, Pujols.
Albert comes up and they go out and speak to Lidge about how they want to pitch him, and you could just tell there was something big about to happen.
I didn't think the crowd could get any louder, but I was wrong.
First pitch was a slider down in the dirt. He swings mightily at it, and of course miss, and that's pretty much what we expected. And of course the next one.
In the dugout, I said, oh my gosh.
In the air, left field, and Pujols has given St. Louis the lead.
I just couldn't believe it. You couldn't believe it.
A dramatic, towering 3-run home run.
He hit it about as hard as you could hit a ball.
Well, obviously he crushed it. So it was a no-doubter. And our dugout erupts, and you just hear a stadium go from screaming and yelling to nothing.
You could hear Albert rounding first base. You hear his cleats digging into the dirt.
The air was let out of the balloon so fast and so violently.
That thing left the ballpark in a hurry.
It was a devastating blow. He ripped my heart out.
That was a gut wrencher. That's the only way to say it. You're right there, and the big guy hurts you.
None of us can believe what's just happened.
To the bottom of the 11th in a 9-9 tie. Here come the Cardinals trying to win it. Freese leading it off.
Freese tied this game in the bottom of the 9th with a 2-run triple.
I think everybody in that dugout knew something was going to happen. We were going to win that game.
Going up there trying to, lead off the inning with just a good AB, trying to get on base, work the count, wait for something to hit.
3 ball, 2 strike count.
Just got a change up out over.
In the air to center. Has he done it?
When he hit it, we all turned to each other right when he swung and said, he got it, he got it.
Way back!
I mean, the sheer joy that was on everybody's face in the dugout, it was amazing. I've never experienced something like that, any walk-off win ever.
You got all your teammates cheering, yelling. You got the crowd going nuts. Unbelievable. I'll never forget it.
This series is tied 3-3 with a walk-off home run here in the bottom of the 11th inning.
First walk-off homer of my life. When you hit a big home run like that, you try and soak it in. You look around at the crowd. Rounding second, looking at my teammates, waiting for me. You know what you got to do, and that's get to home plate.
It was kind of mayhem there for a second around home plate. Everybody was jumping around. He just wanted to hug everybody. Just couldn't believe that we had pulled that kind of thing off and forced a Game 7.
Freese became the first player in World Series history to have a game-tying hit in the 9th and then win the game with still another hit in extra innings.
That moment and be a part of that with that group of guys is special. That's the coolest thing in sports, is to make people happy because of what you do on the field. It's an unbelievable feeling.
We will see you